Hi everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5, Episode 20 with me, Sid, and we are back. We're back. We have obviously not recovered from our loss. I am still somewhat annoyed. I think that's a fair way of describing it. But of course, like I've said at the time, it is entirely my fault. I will use the powers of I will use the powers of administrative level privileges when the game cheats me. But when I cheat myself, I can't really justify going, oh no, I'm having all that back. So consequently, we're going to have to make a new back barrel. That is the technical term for a barrel that you're going to wear on your back. And I should put that back, but what I would like to do actually, right, these things, we can craft a pottery kiln base and a pottery kiln top, and we need 4 of those. So let us start off with that. Nope. That is 6 and 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There's our base. And then the next portion was 4 and 2. And that's the top. Where am I going to put this? I'm going to pop this in the forge for the time being. It won't stay here. There will be ultimately a pottery shop, but we need to start our recovery somewhere, so let us pop that down, followed by that, and that now is a kiln with space for logs. Lovely. That is one of the best items that was added via an add-on, I think. Well, my opinion, one of the best items anyway, because it allows you to not have to faff around with these things. Let me just grab 3 of those, 1, 2, 3, and we'll go and get some more clay. We've got quite a bit of clay actually, so we'll not go get clay immediately. We'll go get some logs. What logs shall we use? Willow, hickory. Hickory would seem to be the obvious one, and it'll take 8 items, so we shall make 8. The first instance, we're going to have to make 8 hoofers, ceramic vessels, because we lost a chest full of them. Shoo, bang, they go in. Fortunately, these are about as easy as the craft as you can get, and this will make us 8 of those. So we'll start off with the first 4, and then we'll stick the next 4 in, and then we'll set the thing running. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we do need to recover from that disaster, and part of that recovery is going to find some copper, because that's going to be important for our progression. Right, and then we'll take you and light it. Ours remaining 8. It is doing its thing, and that will make me 4 logs to do 8 ceramic items, which I'm sure you'll agree is a bit of a bargain. That lot can go in there. Our food situation isn't dire. These all contain food of one description or another. I can't make bread at the moment because I need to make the bread oven, which we need a living space for. But yeah, that's not the end of the world. We have got, what have we got there? Great wood. How much space do we think we need for living space. Just, you know, putting the question out there. There's some spruce, hickory, duck. Not a lot of great wood, but that's fine. We'll sort it. So, living space. While we're thinking about this, I want to come off this way. I don't want to be immediately like there. I'd like to be kind of coming off that way. This gives us plenty of space to move out that way. So let's head off this way to start off with. And have a look how much. 57 of those. Got a couple of those. I'd like to have more, but a couple. And yeah, that'll do for starters. Let us get in and get this bit done. I'm going to extend this walkway that way a bit, and I'll be back in a mo. Alright, I've run out of great wood, and given my axe is about to break, and I don't have any, well, the spare axe head that I made has since been lost. I'm a little bit reluctant to hammer at these items because, you know, I can't believe all that jute I've lost as well. Oh, that's so gutting. It's annoying. Yeah. Right, so I would like to do something with something. I've got some hickory, so let's make a hickory back tub. That will be our go-to thing. They need to stay in the thing. I have extended the walkway that way a wee bit, but you know, run out of stuff. Still waiting on this to finish. He's got 1 hour remaining, and I would like, I'll pop those in there for now. That's obviously got stuff in it. Everything is okay, so we'll quickly eat and then we shall move onwards, I think. And because we don't have any bread, we are going to eat a peach. We're just going to vary our diet. Our hit points are going to plummet at the moment, and there's really very little we can do about it. But as long as we don't end up fighting out, we'll be fine. And we've got a little bit of armour as well. So when I say oat, I mean bears. I mean zombies I can handle. Let's go for a little bit of protein on this one. I also need to check what date we're on now. We're actually in October. We are going to have to start really thinking about our winter plans moving forward, because it's coming on us very rapidly. And yeah, I mean, we'll be relatively safe from maybe spiders if this lake freezes. That will not be a major issue. That thing, absolute godsend. Because now I can do that. There's a little bit more space in there, but right now that will do us. And we're back. So, important lesson. When breaking your backpack, always make sure it is actually there on your back when you're ready to do something else. Because we're now going to go and grab some... actually, we're not. We are going to grab some clay. And yet one day this lot will be sorted, I promise. I'm just not prepared to commit to which day. I only need half of those actually. Let us, before we head out, set ourselves 8 more ingot molds going. Because we've got the clay. It doesn't cost a lot to make these. which is just as well, given the way they break. And it would make a great deal of sense to use our time wisely. One of the things, in the same way with skyblock as with TFC really, is the time is a commodity which actually needs to be used efficiently. Now in TFC, in skyblock, it's because you're often doing a lot of waiting around, grinding and waiting for things to pass to, you know, wherever they need to get to. In TFC, it's because time is ticking and you're getting hungry, and you know, you need to be out and about and doing things. And in this instance, we are going to head over to our source of 25 quality malachite and get a whole load of that pulled. I could have sworn I saw something just drop then, but apparently not. Yeah, so over here there's the crappy copper up there, which, if I remember rightly, I think extends into here as well. Yep, there, look. And there's the Galana there as well. Obviously we've got friends who would like to come and join us. They're not going to be able to get to us because they're stupid, but that doesn't matter, because we're going to ignore them, and we're going to ignore this, which is poor quality. It's useful to know it's there, but that's all it is. There's obviously the ardite ore there, which we'll need when we finally get into some kind of TFC. Not TFC, Tinkers. Sorry, I'm in TFC. You know, I actually struggle sometimes to remember whether I'm talking about TerraFirmaCraft, Feed the Beast, or things. There's some sphalerite here as well, apparently. What is that? It's a sheep. Therefore, it will live. The surface copper is over that way. This is... traces. Oh, there it is. Poor copper. More surface copper. Pardon me. Right, well, that's not what we want anyway. So let's move on and try and get to that good stuff. Which should be over here somewhere, with a little bit to look. Well, actually no look, I know exactly where it is. It is over here. He says, I know exactly where it is, and then fails to find it. But what we'll do is, once we've excavated a whole load of this, such as that, we'll take all the trace bits. Now we need a bare minimum enough for 14 ingots, and that's one. Some over there, plenty over here. So with a bit of luck, we'll be all right. But I'm not going to count my chickens until they've hatched, as the saying goes, because this vein could peter out very rapidly. Anyway, you let me recover from my situation. That's 4 ingots almost now, and I shall be back with you in a mo. Alright, this is something you don't see very often in TFC, mainly because you don't see people go caving very often in TFC. I'm not going to go exploring it too wildly, but that's a ravine, and there's a whole load of stuff in there which, yeah, I ain't getting. Let's have a look. Does that fall off, or do I feel safe going to get that? Oh man, this is horrible. Yeah. There's a whole. I mean, I've got loads of copper. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining about the lack of copper because I have lots of it. But I'm not sure whether I want to go hunting into that ravine after copper with, you know, skellybobs which like nothing more than to knock you off, for example, and other unpleasantness. Now I'm perfectly safe working here because, you know, I'm not actually breaking any blocks, and I've took a bit of damage because the water came through and pushed me into a block earlier on, but that was the only kind of little oopsie. Now I don't know if I am getting what time of day it is. I don't know whether there's mobs up there, and to be frank, I'm not going to worry about it because we can keep on working down here, and I doubt anything's going to come down, and if it does. You know, you can play it safe as much as you like, but now and again you have to just sit there and take a risk. And while we're down here, I'm taking as much of this copper as I can grab while I'm down, for obvious reasons. I don't really want to have to come back here for copper, especially not if it's a ravine. But there you go. Yeah, I'll keep on going. See you in a bit. Right, I've got loads, and there's still loads to go. I did actually venture into the ravine because there were no mobs in there, so it, you know, seemed silly not to. Now, over that side there is the river. So yeah, that's a little bit risky to go into because it has a pushy kind of motif going on, but thanks to smart moving, caving and the excavation in this is so much easier. I mean, I've basically not had to use any kind of pit prop whatsoever. I've just chiseled for stability, and well, you know, see for yourself, you know, it's just everywhere, and getting around in here is relatively easy. I am making sure, because I know now there's a ravine beneath us, I'm being very careful not to stand on anything that can collapse, because a fall of that magnitude would certainly kill us. Magnitude? A fall of that height. Yeah, magnitude is probably not the right word for that one. Won't be the first time I've used the wrong word. Certainly won't be the last time I use the wrong word. But I am probably going to have to mark this as still here and just basically come back, because this is the mine that keeps on giving, and there's so much down there. It is silly almost to just sit there, and I mean, there's a little bit of me would like to say, yep, let's get out and just call this. There's a little bit of me that thinks it might already be night time, so we should probably be prepared for that. Let's relight that torch. You can tell how long I've been here because the torches have gone out. It is not night time. Alright, well, that is amazing. 2, 3.5. Should I get that? It seems wrong of me to go with half a stack. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yeah, that'll do. Let me smart move my way up here, and oh, I don't think I'll be able to get away now. I'll just have to, here we go. That is basically 8 of these full of malachite, and there's still stuff on the surface, so I genuinely do think the best thing to do right now is to take what we've got and leg it and get back, get this oh god, here we go, get this. The only problem with smart moving is it does do that sometimes, and I did glitch into a block a couple of times while I was mining, which was where the damage came from. So yeah, it's not 100%, but you know, it's not bad. It did the job, and we're not a million miles away from home, so we can go and get on with our work, which is nice. Still slightly miffed about the lost barrel, but there you go. What are you going to do? Anyway, let me get back. I will be with you in a moment. We've got 8 plus 2, 10 ingot molds, which will go in there. We've got charcoal, not a huge amount of it. I ought to check to see if we've got more. And the night, the sun is going down, so I'm not worried. I'm going to work through the night now. We're in a relatively good position. There's more charcoal. Any more for any more? No. So I haven't got a vast amount of charcoal, but what I would really like to be doing is getting ourselves to the point where this anvil is at least copper. And for that effect, we're going to put our anvil in there. We're going to, oh, actually no, we're not. I jumped ahead of myself. Bang. Need some flux, and then we shall put that in there, put that in there, and now we've got an anvil, stone anvil, 64 flux in it, and in here we've got malachite. So what we need to do is we'll pop that in there. We'll get you lit. All my torches are running, that is good. This will get up to temperature, and we are going to do the first 4 lot of things. Now this would work better with bellows, but with copper we don't really need to worry about it. It's such a low melting temperature that it should just go in no time at all. The ambience, however, will get old very quickly. I may actually remove that mod, just for, you know, just because really. And yeah, we just need to keep this running until we've got a couple of ingots worth of copper, which we will then weld together on here. I think that is, there we go, one's gone. Got 25 units of copper already. 2, 3, 4. Now it isn't going to start transferring. I think it will melt all 16 of these before we get to a temperature where it'll stabilise out at a transfer temperature. So I shall be back in a mo. Alright, so we're at the first one. It's transferring out, and we'll take that, pop that one in. Well, this is what we basically want, is these to cool down to the welding temperature at approximately the same time. So we'll basically keep our eye on these. This one specific, well, there you go, you can see these are still liquid. I'm going to leave that one in there for the time being, because these are, it's copper's touchy because it cools very quickly. But you see, at the moment it's at danger temperature. The moment that has cooled, we should be able to weld it. And not quite. There. So we should be able to go in here and weld. Bang. Done. If you want to ensure that you've got a pretty good chance of you just putting them straight in, put a couple of things in there, then you can shift click, they'll go into the weld slot. That's a little trick that I've used quite a bit. Now I'm going to carry on and get the next lot going. So yeah, I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, we've got one slight problem, and that is with this one here. It's cooled down. So what we need to do is, that's still liquid, hang on, that's going to go up to there. I don't know how I managed to cool that one down. That one's still orange. We need to bring this one up to welding temperature and this one back down to welding, keep this one at welding temperature. At the moment I don't want to put it anywhere near the forge because of the danger indicator, but that's it, can work. That's a dark red about to come into bright red. Let's just try and keep these ticking. Orange. That should do us. And that allows us to pop that lot out, which, yeah, we've not used a vast amount. Incidentally, yeah, I haven't got bellows. I realised after the fact that I'd got bellows, so that was a bit embarrassing. But that means we can at least move forward to here. I don't know how long I've been recording, so I'm going to double check that as well. That I'm going to break. I'm going to pop you down there, and we'll jump in there and we'll pop that and that in there temporarily. That's a tier 1 anvil. We need to move to a tier 2 anvil before we can go any further, and for that we're going to need to do bismuth bronze. Now this is going to make life really easy. I do want to make more of these molds, so we're going to have to get some more clay and things. But just on the off chance that this is the end of this session, let me get a little screenshot and I'll be back in a moment. It's interesting. We appear... I've just realised I also have an interesting, because I've done that in the wrong place and one over. We appear to have what appears to be drizzle, maybe sleet. Definitely not a normal rain event, put it that way. Yeah, I'm at about 27 minutes, so I'm going to basically do some molds. And I want to put an axe mold in, and I want to put... That's not right. Hang on, I need to do the saw blade. Saw to saw a mold, which is... Okay, yeah. Alright, so it is... like that. So those two can go in. And then we'll put in 6 of these, just because we're going to use them. We are going to go through them like they're going out of fashion. And while I'm working, we can be cooking various things up. I have brought some a chest over. I'm going to put this over on this side to start off with, and we are going to dump all of our ores in, which are not very impressive. But we have got the poor bismuth, which is okay, and some of that. We've got the sphalerite, which is 25, so we know what the mix is. We can obviously use this to mix up the correct mix on bismuth, but we are going to need to head out to another bismuth supply. Now there's a bismuth question mark there. I don't think I found any surface bismuth, have I? There's a 15 surface bismuth right over that way, and there's a 25 with redstone over there, so we could head over this way and grab some. maybe get some gold while we're at it. If I had surface silver rather than silver tracers, I would be laughing, because I'd make there's a word I'm looking for here. I would make a rose gold anvil, which is, you know, insane, shouldn't even work, but it's a tier 2 metal, so as far as the game is concerned, it works okay. But we're going to have to dig for silver without a doubt. Magnetite we've found a few reserves of, so that's always nice. Yeah, but on the whole, happy with the progress so far. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.